Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Way podcast, where we learn in English poco a poco or podcast by podcast. Today, we are going to focus on present perfect, right? The present perfect simple with a little bit of the past simple to compare, right? We often use present perfect and past simple together. So, let's get into it.
Bienvenido al podcast de The Way. Si quieres aprender inglés y hablar con confianza, estás en el sitio correcto. Hemos ayudado a miles de personas como tú a mejorar su inglés y alcanzar sus objetivos. Visita nuestra web theway.es para conocer más sobre nuestros cursos online desde A2 hasta C1 y descubre cómo podemos ayudarte a avanzar en tu aprendizaje. Además, si necesitas una certificación oficial, también ofrecemos la opción de realizar el examen Language Pair cómodamente desde casa.
Let's start with the form, la forma of present perfect, right? Present perfect is subject plus have has plus the past participle. Remember that the past participle is the third column, la tercera columna. For example, eso es el done of do, did, done, right? Write, wrote, written, speak, spoke, spoken. It's the final column, right? And we use the present perfect to show the relationship. Hay una relación, una enlace entre el presente y el pasado. There's a connection between the present and the past, right? So we use the present perfect to show, para mostrar the general past, not specific past, right? Let's look at an example. I have cleaned my room. He limpiado mi habitación. Let's look at the same sentence in past simple. I cleaned my room yesterday. What is the difference between I have cleaned my room and I cleaned my room yesterday? The difference is the time. In present perfect, the general time, we don't know, no sabemos exactamente cuándo. I have cleaned my room. ¿Cuándo? Ayer, hace 5 minutos, hace 2 meses. No sabemos, right? It is the general. It is the same in Spanish. He limpiado mi habitación. And past simple, yesterday. We are using vocabulary to show a concrete time. Eso es tiempo concreto, fijado. It is complete, completo, right? We are using past simple to show that the action is not connected to the present, right? So, general past is present perfect, and specific concrete past with concrete time is past simple. Right. Let's look at the time words of the differences. In present perfect, we don't have the same time words as past simple. So, what are the time words, las pistas of past simple? The words ago, como hace, 5 minutes ago, 2 days ago. The word yesterday, right? Ayer. Yesterday evening, yesterday morning, or solo yesterday. Also, last week, last year, last month. These show concrete time, and that is only for past simple. But we do have some vocabulary for present perfect. Now, we have 3 specific time words for present perfect. Do you know what they are? It is just, already, and yet. Okay, so let's start with just and already, porque la forma es igual. We have subject plus have, just already en la mitad, en el medio, entre los verbos, and the final verb. So it goes have, already or just, and the final verb. All right, so let's do some examples. What is just in Spanish? Just is acabar de. Now, just has many meanings. One of my students said, Aurelia, pero just is también solo. Yes, it is, but in the context of present perfect, just is acabar de, right? I have just closed the door. I have just closed the door. También puedo decir, I closed the door 2 seconds ago, pero nadie dice que, how do I say in Spanish? Cerré la puerta hace 2 segundos. Un poco raro, right? So just close the door. Already is ya, right? I have already eaten lunch, right? I have already eaten lunch. So just is acabar de and already is ya. That leaves us with yet. Now, what is yet? Yet is todavía, but we use this todavía to show a negative context, right? Because el otro palabra de todavía is still, but still we use in positive, and we don't use it really for present perfect, right? We use yet for present perfect, for negative and for questions. Y siempre usamos yet al final de la frase, right? For the question or for the negative. So it goes subject plus have or has with not if it is the negative sentence, plus the verb in past participle and yet. Vale? For example, he hasn't done his homework yet. He hasn't done his homework yet. Todavía no ha hecho sus deberes, right? You can also create a question with yet. Have you finished your project or your homework yet? Have you finished your project yet? Mira, puedes ver que yet siempre al final para negative y las preguntas. And those are your pistas, those are your words that we use for present perfect. Just, already, yet. Okay? So let's revise. Past simple, concrete time with words like ago, yesterday, last. Present perfect for general time, not fixed time. And we use words like just, already, and yet. Okay? Now, we also have 4 questions that we use with the present perfect, right? 4 different types of questions. Okay, so let's start with question number 1. Question number 1 is the general question, right? Have plus subject plus past participle. Por ejemplo, have you had lunch? Right? This is just general, it's a general question. Si has comido o no, right? Today, for example, right? It's not any expectations. Have you had lunch? Have you gone to the supermarket? Right? Let's do question number 2 using the word ever. Now, have you ever, ¿qué significa? Have you ever is alguna vez. So we say have plus the subject plus ever and then the verb in past participle. For example, have you ever traveled to China? Have you ever eaten sushi? Right? We use have you ever to show a special experience. We want to know it's not for things that you do every day, right? These are special things that we do every now and then, de vez en cuando, quizás solo una vez en la vida. For example, have you ever gone skydiving, paracaidismo, right? That's not something normal people do every day, right? So question number 1 is just the general question. Question number 2, alguna vez, to show special experience information. Question number 3 is the question with yet. Have plus subject plus the past participle and yet. Have you started your homework yet? Have you gone to see the new film yet? Right? When we have expectations, cuando yo tengo una expectativa que tú necesitas hacer algo, whether it's if a teacher or a parent is asking homework of a student, or if I want my friend to go see the new film at the cinema and be like, oh my God, Pepe, have you gone to see the new film yet? tengo ganas, que necesita verla, right? So we use yet to show expectations. And the final question is how long, la duración, con que la duración de la cosa. For example, I would say desde cuándo, maybe. How long have plus subject plus the verb in past participle. How long have you played football? How long have you had your watch, right? So how long have you lived in Spain, right? We are asking about time, but not the same time like past simple. So we are looking at the point of time or the duration of time. If we are looking for the duration of time, then we say for 5 years, for 2 months, for 3 days, right? El tiempo entero. Si queremos saber el punto del principio de la cosa, decimos since, desde, since Monday, since 2020, since the pandemic, since I was born, all right? And that is the final question for present perfect, right? So let's revise them. The first is the general question, have you had lunch today? Question number 2 is the alguna vez, have you ever? Have you ever traveled to Madrid? The next one is yet, when we have expectations. Have you looked at our courses on the DeWay website yet? That's my expectation, que tienes que hacer, echar un vistazo, not hacer un vistazo, echar un vistazo on our website yet, right? Have you looked on our website yet at the different courses? And the final question, how long? How long have you studied English, por ejemplo, right? Now, sometimes we need to use present perfect and past simple together, right? Usually when we use them together, it's for general interest into specific details. So for example, let's use Jack as the example. Jack, my compañero que escribe o lo hace los blogs que puedes mirar en el página de web, right? Jack. Jack can say to me, Aurelia, have you ever traveled to Italy? And I can say, yes, I have. I went in 2015, right? So can you see that the question was in present perfect y responde en present perfect también. Have you ever traveled to Italy? Yes, I have. Pero ahora quiero continuar con las detalles. I went in 2015. And then Jack can continue with past simple questions. Oh, did you enjoy it? What did you do there? Cosas así, ¿vale? So we use them together. So it's very good to know. But a good thing, una cosa buena, that it is very similar, muy parecido with the grammar of present perfect and past simple in Spanish, right? Okay, and that's it for today, everyone. If you have any questions, you can chat to us on our social media. We are on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. You can talk to us on our website as well. And remember that you have a 20% discount by listening to this podcast. And we have a new offer. So, if you want to learn English, si tienes ganas para aprender, but we know sometimes in this economy, money is a problem, don't worry. We have new payment plans, a limited time offer for you to try. You can spend 29 euros a month, 29 euros a month paying for a year of the course, or you can pay 249 euros upfront al principio. If you pay to the full year 249 euros upfront, eso es menos que si pagas todos los meses, right? But my advice, mi consejo, go onto the website, look at the courses that you want to try, and look at the new payment plan. Maybe it will work for you. Otherwise, everyone, I will see you next week.
Si disfrutaste de este episodio y quieres llevar tu inglés al siguiente nivel, te invitamos a descubrir nuestros cursos online en theway.es, diseñados para mejorar tu fluidez y confianza en situaciones reales. Hemos ayudado a miles de personas como tú a transformar su aprendizaje. Visita ahora theway.es y realiza nuestro test de nivel interactivo de manera gratuita. Además, si necesitas una certificación oficial, también ofrecemos la opción de realizar el examen de Mid-Third cómodamente desde casa.